Hi friends, our son Dane lives in New York City, and since he wasn't going to be able to make it home for Thanksgiving, we decided to come to him and spend some family time bonding in the Big Apple. In this video, I'll share some of the highlights of our whirlwind trip to the big city. Welcome to the Dress Up Mom. If you're already a subscriber, thank you and I love you. If you haven't subscribed, please do and tap the bell for notifications. We decided to visit the week before Thanksgiving because we didn't want to get stuck with all of the holiday travelers, the delays, and I'm really glad that we did that because we actually ended up being early on both our flights there and home. It was all so smooth and it really added to the trip. We landed and it was quite a bit colder than here in sunny San Diego. It was actually a really nice change of pace for us and we were prepared for it. As you can imagine, I feel like as long as you have the right clothes and the right layering, you're pretty much okay in any kind of weather. We stayed at the Arlo Midtown because it's close to where Dane lives. It's a really cute, nice hotel, and we got the greatest surprise when we arrived because they upgraded us to the presidential suite. It had this enormous balcony overlooking the city and the New Yorker magazine, which we get, and it was just fantastic. A really nice way to start this vacation. Our daughter had already been in town for several days and got to spend some quality time with her brother. It was great getting to see them both, and they treated us to a delicious Thai dinner. There is such a variety of great food choices, and everything we ate while we were visiting was really scrumptious. I also like that a lot of it isn't chains and seems to be sort of smaller family-run businesses from all over the world, and it's a really fun part of being in New York City for me. The next morning, Tiana and I got to have our shopping day. I also love walking a lot when I'm in the city. Now, even though it was raining, we walked a ton. At the end of the day, Tiana calculated it, and we had actually walked 7 miles in that one day. I was pretty pooped by the end. Our first stop was the City Opera thrift store that is chock full of wonderful high-end pieces donated by art lovers. Some truly amazing designer clothes, shoes, and accessories at really good prices. All the proceeds benefit the New York Opera, and there are costumes on display in the store. So beautiful to see. We had fun exploring, and I scored this really nice lightweight red knit sweater that was great for layering, and I ended up wearing it for the rest of our trip. Next stop was to see denim queen Judi Rosen. I'm a huge fan of hers. I love her clothes, and I'm fortunate to own quite a few of her creations. She takes such great pride in her work and really goes the extra mile, and it shows. Dane ended up meeting us there, and we had so much fun trying on things for Judi that she helped us style. I got to talk to her a lot, and she is such a lovely person. We had a really wonderful time with her. Both Dane and Tiana ended up getting jeans that looked so good on them. I picked up a sweatshirt and t-shirt. Everything is so well made and feels great on. Our final stop was Big Ash NYC, a store that up until that point I had only been following on Instagram. It was my first time shopping in person, and these pieces are curated to perfection by owner and stylist Ash Williams. I had been looking for a unique black blazer, and boy did I score a perfect one for me here. Check out the amazing detailing on the front and back of this vintage gem. Tiana found a cute coat that she wore for the rest of the trip. When we weren't walking, we took the subway, which is by far the quickest and least expensive way to get around. I love that you see people from all walks of life sharing space and getting from place to place. We rested a bit at the hotel and then went to the Peak for dinner. It was raining on the street level, and as we made our way to the 101st floor and got out of the elevator, it was snowing up there. This was such a trippy, cool experience. We felt like we were literally in a snow globe. It was such a sensory overload for me that I started getting motion sickness if I looked out for too long. I switched seats and was fine after that. The food was really yummy and we had some great conversation and a really good time. Then we hurried off to see the musical Gypsy starring Audra McDonald. Dane has a friend who works on the production, so we were able to get the house seats. Audra is simply amazing. It's really hard to put into words what an incredible talent and performer this woman is. It was really inspiring. The rest of the cast also did a wonderful job. Even though the musical was written long ago, it still has relevance today. A very emotional experience all around. What a whirlwind of a day. Got back to the hotel and slept like a baby. The next day, we met a good friend who also lives in Manhattan for a delicious brunch and lively conversation. That night, we met my best friend Jackie for appetizers and drinks. She was also in town because her son is in the graduate program at the Manhattan School of Music. We got to see him perform in the opera Romeo and Juliet. On our final day, we headed to Dane's high-rise apartment where he made us a delicious brunch. I'm so proud of him. I also love that he keeps his place in pristine condition. We then went to see the movie Wicked, which blew us all away. It was really kind of fun seeing it in a theater there in New York City too. Again, such an amazing, talented cast and emotional story. We were all in tears. We finished the night with a delicious Italian dinner. Whew, we went nonstop. I think I'm making up for all the time that I couldn't travel or really do anything while I was going through my treatment for the majority of this year. It feels really good to have the majority of my energy back. We had a really wonderful trip, and I'm already looking forward to going back again next year. What do you like to do when you visit New York City? I would really love to know that in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Until next time, have fun and dress it up a little.